All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in here. Friday's Team Do training at CrossFit Oregon City. Join us. Enter the Dark, thedarkorchestra.com with me and Jared Enderton. Jessica, Erica, Chase, all the coaches, check us out. 10% off Skeleton on Virus and Slam for the weightlifting shoes position. North, jeans for gym rats, as I like to say. And check out the attitudination.com for seminar tickets, swagger. We got a new lineup right now, straps, book, etc. And let's get started. Love this warm up. Rubbing that bar up and down the thighs, high knee, getting in that catch position. Great little massage, stretch, get the mind right. Get ready to kick some ass here. We have Sotts presses to start out with, which are always very hard for me. That's why I like doing them. And really that's why I like training on a program rather than just freestyling training, because if I was freestyling training, I wouldn't be doing Sotts presses because they're very hard for me. I don't necessarily like them, but that's why it's good to do them. Rocking those blue suede shoes, baby. Shout out to Position. Love the wood heel. Love the throwback look to them. Just stretching out the hamstrings here. Just, I'm a big believer in getting warmed up with the barbell. I mean, you could stretch with the barbell. You can do a little massage with the barbell. It's a great warm-up. Feet narrow, underneath the hips where I like it. And talking to a buddy of mine here while training. And yeah, I'm really bad at Sotts presses. I'm not going to lie. I always have been. I haven't done a ton of them throughout my career, and so I'm excited for this next go-around to do a lot of these. Just working on shoulder strength, shoulder mobility, driving that bar up and back, and strengthen the catch position. This is a great core exercise, great shoulder exercise, great upper back exercise. I mean, really just the whole entire core. Even some legs, you can see here with 40K, I get a little momentum with the hips right there. Drive the hips up a little bit, push them down, get a little bounce out of the hole, and able to really drive that bar above my head. Notice I'm really focusing as well on pushing that bar back behind my head, right there. And I'm a big believer in that. That's how I lift. Everything is up and back. Locking that weight on my upper back rather than the delts. And that's really where you want that weight. As you can see, here's 50, which is very tough for me. But that weight's locking on the shoulder blades. That upper back, not the delts. And I do believe this is why my shoulders have always been injury-free. And I kept a little noise in the background, as you can hear. One of the YouTube comments made that suggestion, and I just love it. Yeah, struggling here with 55. Can't get the momentum going. And it just takes that one to get the ball rolling here. There it is. And then we're just going to roll right into the next one. So, yeah, a little trick with the hips. You can see I'm moving up and down, a little bounce there. And you can see I'm struggling here. I mean, yeah, 55 kilos. I just snatched 150. Don't ask me. I mean, there's no real carryover in Sotts presses to snatches. I mean, Sotts presses are just an exercise to work on some strength building, like we talked about. To me, there's not a lot of correlation with the snatch to Sotts presses. Here we have, to start out, the Oli lifts, some power cleans to power jerks. Focusing on keeping my hips back on the dip. Focusing on catching right around 90 degrees. And driving that bar back behind the head rather than up. And that's big in the powers. I stress this a lot to my athletes on the Team Do Facebook page is, in powers, you want to catch, at 90 or right above 90. And that's going to work on pulling under, shrugging under, moving those feet, landing on those heels, and just having as much carryover as possible to the full lifts. Here's 125, as you can see, doing a little starfish action, which always happens when that weight gets a little heavy. Here's 130, still kind of getting those legs warmed up. So yeah, this is a recharge week, as you guys know on Team Do. These are 75%. Power clean, power jerk. We're just keeping it a little lighter this week for a recharge, and next week we're going real heavy. So excited about next week, but also excited for this week just to kind of recharge and taper that body just a little bit. Notice how I'm going to lean back, dig the bar into my shins here, back, over, back, through. That's the rhythm. Jerks felt nice. 135, so I'm going to dig the bar into my shin, take my momentum back to build torque, build the tension, and then right into it. It's all about the tension, baby. All right, now we have no feet snatches, which I absolutely love, but are very difficult for me because I move the feet a lot in the snatches. And this is just a great exercise. Well, it's not an exercise. No feet snatches, they are snatches. Obviously, there's a miss at 80 just to show you how off balance you are when you don't move your feet, though. But it's great to do no feet just to work on pulling under and making the snatch just harder, in my opinion. You see here, if you don't move your feet, you're going to come down on your toes, onto the balls of the feet, and then rock back onto your heels. I call this the rocking chair effect. Very unstable. You might as well be lifting on quicksand, and that's what I'm explaining here on the live feed. And so by moving the feet, you're going to finish on the toes, land on the heels, which is great for stability. But when you don't move your feet, you're rocking back on those heels, and it is no good. But I'm able to hit something okay today in these. There's 100. And even when you do rock back on your heels, what happens is once you're on your heels, you think you're good, but you're not. Since you're so wobbly and off balance, what happens is you rock back on the heels, and then down in the bottom position, you're rocking back on the balls of your feet, back to the heels. And so there's just a lot of movement down there, which is just no good. There's 115. Stuck that one real nice. A little save there with the chin down. Here's 120. Felt strong in that one right there. Balance is a huge issue with these no feets. And I have a big battle here with 125 you're about to see. But I keep fighting. Just can't seem to, the timing's all off as well for me. A little mental Clark there. When I can't move the feet, it's a big problem. My timing's off, my rhythm, my momentum, just the way I lift weights is off. And so it's a struggle. They're stuck that one at 125. Real happy coming back and making it. I thought about moving on, but I really wanted to get that for you guys and do a little walk around here, but I wanted to get that for you guys and for myself. And so I kept at it to smoke that 25. And yeah, just making the snatch harder. That's it. I love making the Oli lifts harder so that when it's max out time or meet time, it's easy peasy. Now I'm the worst overhead squatter in the world. As you can tell, my background in training has been very Bulgarian, big Bulgarian influence. So I do a lot of the lifts throughout my career. And so, one thing that's great about programming and working with Jared Enterton is I get to program with Jared and Jessica on workouts that I wish I would have done more as I was an athlete back in the day. And, Jared has different influence as well with his training and his past coaches. So, the program is a real good blend of what we like, but also what we don't like and what we should have done in the past. And this is one of the weaknesses. As you can see there, I just missed it 100 kilos. So it's interesting to me that I'm great at snatching. I'm not going to lie, it's my specialty. But when it comes to an overhead squat, I can barely do 100. And here's sets of 5 here. 3. And I really struggle to make that. But as you know, in that poster of me snatching 160 with my singlet on, that took about an hour for them to place that over my head for me to hold it there. I couldn't snatch it that day. And I tried, trust me, for about 30 minutes to snatch 60 for the poster shot, but I just couldn't that day. And so they're like, okay, John, well, we'll just put it over your head and you hold it. I couldn't. That shot you see in the poster literally was only for 2 seconds. They snapped it and then I dropped it immediately. So very interesting in weightlifting how you get really, you become a monster in snatch, clean, jerk. That's what we do. And then, you do something like overhead squats and they just seem foreign. But that's why we're working on the weakness. I'm really trying to be as well-rounded as possible and then really lead from the front for my athletes because that's just what I love doing. So join us, thedarkorchestra.com. We'd love to have you. Enter the Dark. Shout out to CrossFit Oregon City. And thanks, guys, for watching. It's a pretty easy Friday. Nice little recharge week. And, boy, I'm excited for the next coming up cycle. So we'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend, everybody. And keep slamming bars and killing PRs, guys. Attitude Nation salute. Love your life for changing, man. Let's keep going.